Nigerian football fans and football fans everywhere. You're welcome to the video. Now, in today's video, we'll talk about Nathan Oyedeji, the Nigerian eligible youngster that's set to leave Arsenal. He's been with Arsenal. He's been at Arsenal for 14 years, which means he started from, I would say under 8 thereabouts. He's now 22 years old, and it seems all set that he will be, heading out of Arsenal. And we're hearing the league leaders, rather the Austrian, or I would just say one of the high-flying sides in the Austrian league, Sturm are pretty interested in his signature. I also heard at some point that Norwich are also interested in his signature. He is a dynamic, skillful player with pace as well. I think he's another player that, Nigerian Super Eagles, under 20 selectors, under 23 selectors should have an eye. Look out for the player, keep your eyes on him, watch how he develops, and let's see how that goes. Now, for me, it's a bit surprising that Arsenal didn't offer him at least didn't offer him a deal going forward, because he has been with the club for some time, and I think he got a debut in the Champions League. So I was thinking, alongside Ethan Waneri, Oyedeji would be another product from the Hill End Academy, but apparently that's not to be. So he will be leaving. He'll be leaving Arsenal. So probably at the end of this month. So let's see how that goes. Hopefully he gets a club where he can play. So if I was to choose, I would say go to the Dutch league, maybe go to Ajax, you go to the German league as well. Because one thing with those clubs is, even if they spend £200,000 on you, if they spend £150,000 on you, they will ensure they use you, because they're not as wealthy as Premier League clubs, and I think they're a bit more frugal than Premier League clubs. So that's about Arsenal's Nigerian eligible forward, Nathan Butler Oyedeji. We'll give you more details as the news develops. Then we go on to the second bit. Now this is for Chelsea fans. Apparently Chelsea have been linked to Juventus forward Kolo Muani, Randal Kolo Muani, the French forward. Now he's 26 years old, and there have been links that Chelsea have made exploratory talks, made no offers yet, but just trying to understand how the deal would look like if they indeed decide to make an offer for the services of the player. Now, for me, as a Chelsea fan, Kolo Muani isn't a bad player. I'll always say this: he's not a bad player. I'm not one of those people that'll tell you he's not good enough, don't even go near him. He's not a bad player. But the issue is this: is he the sort of profile that Chelsea needs? In my opinion, my humble opinion, I might add, he is not the sort of profile Chelsea are looking for. Delap is more of the profile, but he doesn't have the pedigree yet. He doesn't have the experience yet to play at that level. And I know some people now, there are people who just don't like context. They'll say, oh yeah, but you've been saying experienced players should be brought in. So Kolo Muani is 26. So yes, that's the guy you get in. Yes, fine, he's 26. He's got experience, played for Frankfurt, he played for PSG, and then went alone to Juventus. So fair play. But he is not quite the profile. For me, the profile that Chelsea needs is a Victor James Osimhen type, or a Victor Gyökeres type. The sort of box strikers that are going to get you to goal, 20-25 goals. Now, if he signs for the club, I have no issues. I won't really quarrel about it. But does it really solve Chelsea's key issues of having an experienced striker in the building? Now, a lot of people are like, bring. Give me 26 years old. He's dynamic. He's got pace. Bring him in. He's tall. But when you sign a player that way, then that means you're saying Delap is the main guy to start. Or that means you have to entirely shift how you want to play. So let's see how that shakes down. What are your thoughts and opinions on Chelsea going for Randal Kolo Muani? Like to know, what your thoughts are. Now, there's another player that Chelsea have been linked to, another striker. Yes, he is Emanuel Emegha. For Nigerian football fans, you can remember I mentioned him, I talked about him as well, that he's eligible to play for Nigeria and for the Netherlands, but he's decided to play for, the Netherlands. So he just wants to play for the Netherlands. So before I go any further, I've said, come on, if you want to play for the Netherlands, beautiful. But once you've made that choice, stick do it. But anyway, let's stick on to it. That's fine news. So, according to Fabrizio Romano, Chelsea have begun exploratory discussion negotiations with Strasbourg, for the signature of Emanuel Emegha. And if the deal indeed pulls through, you wouldn't see him join the club 2025-2026 season, but hopefully will join the club in 2026-2027 season. Now, for me, what difference does he make? He is an actual striker. He's an actual striker. He is more of the profile that Chelsea needs, but he doesn't have the experience. So I think it's an interesting one to watch. Let's see how that develops. We're talking about next year when you haven't signed the player that you need this year, and that's how Clear Lake and Blue Coat they have Chelsea fans in strings. Because right now you see some Chelsea fans say, "Yeah, we have the project. We're planning for the future. We're not looking for short-term fix." Come on, you have to win now to make your project, look attractive and enticing, because there's some level of talent that if you're not winning, when you begin to compete with Real Madrid, the Bayerns of this world, the Liverpools of this world, for the signature of even a 19-year-old wonder kid, it becomes intensely difficult for you to pull that deal over the line, because those players who are top talent at that level, they'll be looking at, where can I play Champions League immediately? Where can I compete for the league immediately? Because those special 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds, that have that super talent, that want that, are looking to win immediately. So people want to be part of that winning structure. And sometimes they even know in the back of the mind that even if I don't make it at this club, but because this is such a top club competing at the highest level, even if I drop, I won't be dropping to a 6th place team. I won't be dropping to an 8th place team. Maybe I'll be dropping to another Champions League team, or I'll be dropping to, a team in the Bundesliga, or I'll be dropping to Ajax in the Dutch league. So my career wouldn't just be plummeting. So that's one thing we have to take into consideration. So Emanuel Emegha, let's see if the deal pulls through. I think he has a profile, he's got the pace, he's got the ability to hold up play, but he's still very raw, still has a lot to learn. And let's see if that indeed pulls through. And then let's hopefully, fingers crossed, he becomes super special going to 2020, 2026, 2027 season. And of course, also speaking about Kolo Muani. So Kolo Muani, for me, let's see, hopefully he comes in and it comes good. For me, I feel he's more of a Nicholas Jackson type player. He's not really a box player. Now, people may see players who are tall and say, "Oh, yeah, tall." No, not necessarily. Although that's one of the characteristics that you need to be a box striker, to be very good. You're tall, 6 plus, pace and all that stuff. But sometimes a player may just be tall. And I don't think Kolo Muani is exactly that box striker to hold up play with his chest, bring other players into play, make those runs into the box. So let's see how that shakes down, and let's see how he would be used indeed if this deal even really becomes a concrete thing. And then 2 more topics to go. Now, speaking about Nicholas Jackson, for one, Nicholas Jackson. Now, he's got his red card. I've talked about that in the previous video, and I've talked of reports linking him to Napoli, linking him to move to Juventus. For me right now, if he goes, man, because people keep saying he's 23, he's going to be 24. Yeah, that's good. I hope he comes good. I'm not pushing for him to go, but if he has to go, he has to go. But then again, if you are letting Jackson go, how are you replacing him? Who are you getting in to replace him? Are you getting someone who's at the same level, or someone who's higher? Or are you getting someone who actually fulfills the needs of the team? Or you're just getting someone, let's get an extra body in the building, as opposed to getting someone that's actually going to come in, and contribute immediately and greatly to the team's objectives for the season. So let's see how that shakes down with Nicholas Jackson. He may turn out to be good at Napoli, because one thing people don't get with Conte is he plays counter-attacking game, and then the ball will be punched in very quickly to the forward. And Nicholas Jackson can thrive in such a counter-attacking system. So let's see how that shakes out. Now, the last thing I want to talk about a Nigerian eligible player. His name is Ugu, and he's eligible for Nigeria Bosnia as well, and the Netherlands. And the reports coming up, he made some statement to the fact that he would love to play for Bosnia, and he would want to play in their first team. So let's see how that shakes out. If he indeed gets to play for Bosnia, and let's see how it happens. If he chooses to leave Nigeria and play for Bosnia, let's see how it happens. And the NFF, is this someone you should be looking at? Have a look at him. Let's see if he is good enough. Because for me, like I always say, you don't leave talents on the table. So at this point, I've come to the end of this video. I want to know your thoughts and opinions on all the topics I've spoken about Chelsea and Kolo Muani, Chelsea and Nicholas Jackson, Chelsea and Emanuel Emegha, Arsenal and Nathan Oyedeji, and it's a eligible player that Nigeria should be looking at, and of course Ugu, a Nigeria eligible central defender that plays for Ajax, that could be heading to play for Bosnia instead of Nigeria. Want to know your thoughts and opinions on all these bits of news in the comment section. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll see you on yet another video. So stay well, stay blessed. Bye bye.